Hey, what's up, everyone?
Hi, everybody.
What's going on? It's Friday. We're live, and tonight we got Poshmark tips.
Yes.
Thrifty
tips.
ways to lower your COG.
Yeah, very thrifty ways.
And that's cost of goods for you guys. Yeah.
Yes.
So we'll welcome you guys into the chat. What's up, Jody? Matoma, how you doing tonight? Kawaii Cactus Rebecca, what's up? Yours truly by Jay. How you doing? Karen loves the emojis, so she's looking at that cactus emoji. I know she is.
They know.
And the clapping hands emoji. So she's happy about that.
Got messy mom bun going on. It had to happen. See? It had to happen.
She's been pretty busy today. We've been all busy with the baby. What's up, Christine? What's up, Shanna? What's up, Robin? Shannon, sorry about that. Summer Patriot Picker, how you doing? So we're working on finishing up our taxes, and that's what's taking up the time. It's hard to do taxes with a baby, that's for sure.
And having the baby made me kind of snooze on them. And I'm like, I have time. And then I have baby. So cutting it down to the wire, huh?
But we're going to be finished with them on
Tomorrow,
yeah. So we're good to go. So if you guys got your questions, throw them in the chat. We'll answer them as we go. If you're new here, don't forget to click that thumbs up button, give us a like, and subscribe to our channel. We talk about reselling all the time. Before we jump into the video, I'll just mention our email list. First link in the description. If you guys want to get an awesome 6-part Poshmark workshop for free sent to your email just for joining the email list, sign up on that first link. If you're new here, that's for you guys. If you're already on the list, then you've already gotten the video, so you don't have to sign up again. So click that first link, get on that list. That 6-part Poshmark workshop isn't available on YouTube, and it's pretty awesome.
Christine likes my bun. Thank you very much. And she also says, just wait till a child is a toddler. He's already getting so big. Like so big. I'm like amazed by it. He's like filling out, and like he's not just this tiny little baby anymore. He's like, oh, it's crazy. Life is crazy.
Summer, if we have him do the taxes, we have an excuse for when we get audited, so we're good. We're not going to get audited. I'm just kidding. But
they have bigger fish to fry. So we're going to talk about cost of goods, tips.
Shannon's got a good question before we even jump into that. We're thinking about that. That's something it's on our minds right now. Do you think it's worth it to go into the kids market? Yeah. We're thinking, obviously we have a kid now, and we have a lot of clothes that he's going to be growing out of very fast. He's already grown out of some of them. So we're contemplating opening up a third closet. We got to do a little more research on it. I got to see how well kids' clothes actually do on Poshmark.
I might put them in my closet, because then a mom can get something for herself and something for the bub.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it. I've also been reaching out to a few people on Instagram that seem to sell a lot of kids' clothes on Poshmark. Because I want to know. I know there's some closets that have like everything in it, men's, women's, children. Yeah. I've been reaching out to I reached out to 2 different people that have like an exclusive children's closet that I know of. I know they exist, but exclusive children. I want to know, is it profitable? Like how do you manage? Because they're small clothes and they're not expensive retail to begin with. Most kids' clothes, obviously, you could buy a Fendi kids.
Christine's saying that kids' stuff sells best in lots, and I agree with that. We're gonna lot up a lot of our stuff. There's just not a lot of profit to it. That's the problem. They're so small, they're so cheap that you really can't get more than $5-10. You really got to bundle it together and make it valuable, value for the consumer. And then they're going to pay, $25-30 for a bundle, and it's going to make a difference. But selling individual clothes for $5 a piece, you're not making any money.
That's why I reached out to these people. I'm like, how do you turn a profit with this? So I'm very interested in it,
Yeah, we'll keep it. We're gonna do some research into that though. So we're gonna figure that out, and as soon as we figure it out, we'll get that information right over to you guys.
Yeah. So first, before we get into the tips, we're going to talk about the pricing, how you take your inventory, your prices, your price per piece, your individual pricing.
Right. So what we do,
buy something.
Yeah, what we do is we do a price per piece. There's 2 business models for this. There's the individual price, which is where you take every price that you pay. So you pay $29.95 for something. That's your price for that shirt. Pay $50 for something or whatever. I hope you're not spending $50.
I know. I'm like, what?
You get the idea, yeah. And then price per piece, you're basically taking the total number of items that you buy, and you're dividing, and you're dividing that number by the total purchase price.
Yep, you take your purchase price and divide it by the number of items.
Yeah, I said it backwards, right?
Yeah,
I said it backwards,
division.
but
I was trying to hang in there with you. I'm like, let me clarify.
Said it backwards.
So let me give you an example. An individual price. Let's say you get 8 items and you spent $30, right? So $30. Let's say you went to a rummage sale and it was like $2. Everything in this side of the store was $2 a piece, but then they had full price stuff. And you load it up. You got 7 items of $2 items. And then you found these like Tory Burch shoes, but they're $15. And you're like, well, everything else is like $2. Cool. And you know you get to sell those Tory Burch shoes for like $100. So you decide to pay up for $15. Now, some people doing the individual price would say $2, $2, $2 to $15. So when those Tory Burch shoes minus $15, you know, and that's what you made on it. So price per piece, if you take that and divide the same amount by the same amount of money, you would be having $3.75 as your price per piece. So when every item sells minus $3.75, that's why we do price per piece. It's easier math. It's easier to take count of.
And it makes it viable for us to actually take lower offers on our items, because now we know we're only spending.
And occasionally pay up.
We're only spending. Our average price per piece tends to be right around $7 per piece at thrift stores. So now we're selling, and now if we bought something for $25 and sold it for $50, then there's no problem. But if we take the price per piece, we got $7. Now we're making 20.
That's why I would rather have all
so
8 items at $3.75 than most of them at $2, which is great, and then that one item at $15. You know, it allows us our pricing to pay up, you know, occasionally, you know,
so you can bring the price down with lower price things. Yeah. So,
Yes.
So that's pretty much the basic gist of the price per piece versus individual pricing. So now we're going to get into the tips as to what you should be doing to actually save money, to find cheaper stuff, to save the most money you can. Tip number 1 for that is to find a bin in your area and find the bins in your area and go there. The Goodwill outlets. That's what they're called in the reseller circuit.
They're called
the bins because they reel out bins and bins of clothes, and you get things ridiculously cheap. We just went to the bins the other day, I think we spent like $60 and we got like 75 pieces of clothing.
It works out to being very cheap price per piece. We do this exact same thing when we go to the bins.
Yeah.
We take our receipt to the change into the decimal, and we count out every single article of clothing that we got after re-inspecting it, and we do the division, and we say, okay, this costed us 82 cents or whatever it may be. You know, that's how we end up doing that. I want whoever has been to the Goodwill outlet to put a thumbs up emoji in the chat right now. I want to see a bunch of thumbs up. If you haven't gone to a Goodwill outlet or haven't ventured yet, thumbs down. I want to see who has done this little tip to bring down the price per piece.
I'm seeing a couple of people saying that the bins are 2 hours away from me, or we don't have any bins near me. At this point, it's wise. You think about it. Once a month, plan a trip, drive a couple hours for a weekend, go to the bins, find some thrift stores out of your area, go on a little sourcing adventure, and make sure you include the bins, the closest bins to you. So if you have to drive a couple of hours, make a weekend out of it.
I made an Instagram post on this exact same thing. And I showed up. We went to the bins a couple weeks ago. My mom lives near them, 20 minutes away. She watched the baby. We dropped him off, went to the bins for a couple hours. And I decided to make an Instagram post. I said, you know, are you close to your bins? Who hasn't been? I got so many different responses. A lot of people that live in really rural areas, they will plan a trip.
Yeah.
And say, okay, once a month, you know, you can write off the gas and or mileage, you know, there's business expenses to the trip. So, hey, it's a write-off. And then they plan, okay, I can drive 2 hours to the bins. And if I take this way home, a 3.5-hour trip home, I could get this, and this thrift store. You know, this is helpful when you live in a rural place. We only have one in Connecticut.
Yeah, we have one in Connecticut. It's about an hour away from us because Connecticut is a smaller state. So we're not too far away. But again, we'll do trips, and I think that's a great thing for you guys. If you're getting serious into this business and you want to make it a full-time gig eventually, then you got to treat it, even if you're part-time, you got to treat it like you're full-time. You're going to go big, you're going to go hard, and sometimes that includes making a weekend sourcing trip and really maximizing every bit of time you have and finding a bins. And the bins are going to help you guys out so much. We find a lot of bread and butter stuff there. stuff that we can sell for an average of $20 to $25, and we pick this stuff up for pennies on the dollar. Our price per piece last time we went to the bins, I think, was 65 cents an article.
Yep.
So to make $25 off 65 cents is a great investment. It's just it's.
And then when I get that offer for $15, I just take it because I'm like, dude, I paid like not even $1 for this. Wham bam, $15 minus Poshmark fees. I just made $12. I'm happy with that because that's a great return on that. Like less than $1. Hello, Mr. Hunter Cat.
You work every weekend. That's tough. I feel you on that, Christine. We used to work weekends.
Also plan a family, or if you have a family, a relationship, and you are pressed for time like that, you can plan like a staycation. Say, hey, maybe go to like Great Wolf Lodge, stay over, and then if it's near a bins, plan that into it. We do that when we go to Virginia Beach to visit his family. We source up and down.
Penthouse and Pavement, the bins are in Hamden in Connecticut.
Yes.
So they're about 45 to an hour away from us. And it's definitely worth it. The bins, are they closed on Sundays? I'm not sure. We usually go in the middle of the week, so we don't go on Sundays. We tend to stay away on the weekends because they're a little bit busier. If it's the only time you can go, you're going to find good stuff. But
that actually leads into the next tip. Why we don't usually go on Sundays is because the next tip is for thrift stores. Thrift stores know their sale days. Now, there's the general thrift stores like the Goodwills and Salvation Armies, but there's also the mom and pop thrift stores, and they have to move their product too. We just went to a little no-name one in Litchfield County.
Yep.
In Litchfield, in the county. And they had a sale as well, and I got on their email list. So get on their email list, especially these mom and pop stores. They're getting monitored. Some of them even have text lists where they'll text you saying, hey, come down, yada, yada, is a sale. It's kind of like doing your homework. You
find out when those sales are,
when the sale's going on. Sure, they might already have amazing prices. But if you already think, hey, this is a great price, now imagine that great price on sale. Even better.
And you can find some of the best stuff at these random off the beaten path thrift stores, these little mom and pop operations. Every time I go into one of those, I find so much better stuff than when I go into a chain thrift store. In fact, I just found a pair of Red Monkey Company jeans that I have been able to authenticate. I am 99.95% sure that they are real. There's still an inkling in my head, but everything else checks out on them. And these are originally a $600 pair of jeans that'll resell for anywhere between $125 and $250. And I found them for $6 at this local little tiny ass thrift store that you never would have thought to go into. So definitely check those places out, because for some reason those places, the reason they have the gems is because they don't get as much foot traffic as the big local chains, as the chains and all that.
Yeah.
So you're going to be able to find better
Those
stuff.
local people going in.
So do a search for those, and then get on their, like she said, get on their mailing list, find out when the sales are going to be, and hit those days as long.
Even the regular thrift stores like the Goodwills and the Salvation Armies. The Goodwills on Sundays in this area. I know some Goodwills do like different kinds of sales, and in our area,
they have color change.
They have color change where every week, every Sunday, it changes to a new color tag, and that tag is 50% off. So that's another reason why we usually don't go to the bins on Sunday. So it did lead into that. You need to know this, though. You need to know the popular thrift stores and the mom and pop ones around your area, and be in the know when things are going to be cheap and their sale days.
Yeah.
Sometimes even the Goodwills in the area have 50% off everything day. We went to the one in New Haven. Usually long weekends, like Memorial Days, Labor Days, like those long weekends, they'll have a 50% off everything. The store is swamped. You can't even find a cart half the time. And you load up on days like that. You just pick till your heart's content, because your price is going down.
It's the best way to do it. Yeah. So the next tip is very similar to the last tip. Consignment shops, use them. Find out when they're going to have their clearance sales. Like Plato's Closet does a consistent clearance sale like once every quarter, I think, or something like that. Yeah. And they have everything on clearance is marked down like 90% off, and you can get great items at these consignment stores.
Jody just said,
Plato's, yeah.
Also, if you haven't mentioned it yet, Plato's Closet during their 90% off clearance sale. Great minds and all that jazz, right?
Get on their mailing list, and they're going to send you their information as soon as that sale goes live. Sometimes they have a a sneak preview sale for the people that are just on their mailing list, and
Or
then they
text
open
list.
it to the public or text list.
I get texts from like.
So you might get a
Tomatoes.
chance to go into a sale a little early with the consignment shops if you get on their list. So it's always good to get on those lists.
Now, another great thing about the consignment shops, when they are having their sales, and this is being prepared again, is it's also a place where you can liquidate some old stock. You know, if you really aren't flipping stuff or you made bad buys or whatever, you know, you could take old stale inventory, turn it in, and they'll usually give a lot more store credit than they would cash. So if they're saying, hey, I give you $5 cash for these 5 items, or I'll give you $30 store credit, take store
the credit, yeah.
and run when they're having the sale. Don't do it any other time of the week. Like, I wouldn't go to a Plato's Closet unless it was for myself to purchase, unless it was a sale, you know, because they're in the same business as we are, consignment stores.
So guys, if you're enjoying this content, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and give us a like. We love when you guys do that. And if you're new here, consider subscribing to our channel. We talk about reselling and Poshmark all the time. We go live every Friday. We put videos up throughout the week, and we try to do the best job we can. If you're new here, consider jumping on our email list. First link in the description, get you on that list. You're going to get a free 6-part Poshmark workshop showing you how we run a full-time Poshmark business right out of our house. Those videos aren't available on YouTube, and you can only get them through the email list. So if you're not on that list, definitely jump on that list. We have some exciting news that's going to be coming out in the next couple of weeks, and the people on the email list are going to be able to find out exactly what that is first. We love you too, Shannon.
Thank you very much, Mary. Mary just shared a link, and it's the Goodwill Outlet store locator. So if you don't know, haven't looked yet, that is great to know. Bookmark it, save it to your phone, save it to your computer, so you know where it is. And Christine also mentioned a few other consignment type stores in the chat. She's talking about Clothes Mentor and Style Encore. Those are more popular, not mom and pop consignment stores, but you should also be doing the same thing with the mom and pop consignment stores as well. All right, so next little tip is to mind the internet. Search for underpriced, undervalued items that sometimes people just sell their stuff and they don't know what they're selling, don't know how to do comps, or just trying to get rid of it. You know, I have bought so many pairs of designer jeans. I think they call it sniping, coming in and taking that auction like at the last second. And people that start their auctions on eBay at a penny and then nobody bids on it. You know, I'll watch it until like the seconds are counting down, and I'll bid like a cent, and I buy it for a cent. However, there's downsides. You have to be careful with this. Penny auctions are great, also from the same seller. Now, if you're buying from the same seller, you have the possibility of cashing out with the same shipping. You know, shipping will be cheaper because you have to mind the shipping when you're buying online, because that will eat into your profits and your cost of goods. If you buy it for a penny but shipping is $15, that's a little like it's like you paid $15.01 for that item.
That's not cool.
But if you can find very reasonable shipping with very underpriced items, and you know it will turn a profit. A little earlier in the comments, Robin was talking about a really good flip she had, and she paid up for this item. You continue. I'm going to look for the comment.
Yes, that's a great way to do things. The other thing you can do with online sales too, and this is going to take a little more capital, but it's worth it. And it's something we just did is look for the bulk buy wholesalers. Mm-hmm. We're actually putting out a video short soon. You'll see it soon. That has her doing an unboxing on the box we just picked up. It was a all Nordstrom and Nordstrom Rack returns. So you can get these clothes at great prices.
Shelf pulls.
Yeah, shelf pulls, all that stuff.
New
so it's
tags.
all new with tags. It's all brand new stuff, never been worn or worn only once to try on and returned. And you can, I think, what'd you pay? Do you remember your price per piece on that?
I don't remember. I have it written down. My brain is fried because
I think it worked out to something like $20 a piece.
Yeah.
And this stuff will all sell for a minimum of $50 to $60.
Yeah.
They're all full retail at minimum of $100. So it's worth it if you have a little bit more capital. And that's something you can roll into the business. It's another way to get some great product and really save on stuff, because new with tags will sell real quick and for good profit.
Now, with the lot that I have 50 items, you know, and a lot of it can sell for that upwards of $50, $60, $70. There's a few items in there where it's like, oh, you know, my experience with the matter, even new with tags, I might get $30. But because everything else is going to be selling way above what I paid for it, I could take a price cut on an occasional item. out of the lot. So Robin said she had done retail arbitrage and got a Rebecca Taylor 100% silk jumpsuit. Waited for the right person. She paid $54 for this jumpsuit, but she made $249. Way to go, Robin. So
Yeah, that's what you do.
You know, if you know what you're getting and you know you can flip it and you know you're comfortable paying up for it, I'm a firm believer in that. There's a lot of people out there, especially even on YouTube, that are going to say, don't spend anything over yada yada. And they're trying to tell you how to run your business. We give you tips. Take it and run with it. If you don't like what I'm saying, you don't gotta listen. You know, there's a lot of people that think that they know everything. If you're not comfortable paying up for it, don't. But if you are and you know it's going to sell, be like Robin and go make them $250. Nice, cool $250. That's easy. That's our car insurance. You know, like that's great.
So Patriot Picker says, anybody concerned about selling new tags, hearing companies sending out random cease and desist letters? It happens. I've heard it happen to resellers. It's going to happen. It could happen to you down the road, but it's not going to stop me from selling new tags. I also think that those cease and desists, obviously you're not going to go and fight one, but there's little they can do about
Very
that.
little.
If you can prove that you purchased the goods yourself, paid your own money for it, you're free to do whatever you want with it online. There's no restrictions to it. It's your
That's the law. You
item.
took ownership of it.
It's your item. You own it.
Once you purchase something, whether it be for resale or your own goods, you are now owner of it. You have the right to do whatever you want with it.
If you're using stock photos, it's a different situation though, because now you're using their intellectual property to sell your goods, and they can send you a cease and desist and enforce it that way. Pretty sure though that with cease and desist, just selling your own items and using your own pictures, you're fine.
Peach Pepper. Oh, I was like, am I reading that right? Yes, Peach Pepper says also student, veteran, and senior discount days. I sometimes forget about that because I'm not a senior, I'm not a student, and I'm not a veteran. So there's many times where I'm like, I want to go pick up my mother-in-law and be like, hey, Debbie, come with me and cash out with me, because we have this thrift store around here that occasionally has overpriced items, but you can still find gems. But they have a 50% off senior day in the middle of the week where everything's 50% off. And I'm like, I just want to like rent a senior for a day. The guy across the street, I want to be like, hey, Chuck, you want to come to the thrift store with me and just like smile and stand there? Haven't done it yet, but I'm very tempted. But that's a very good tip as well.
Poshmark Canadian, thanks for tuning in. Have a great night, buddy.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's all about getting that price per piece down. In the description, I put something. You've all heard the saying, buy low, sell high. Yes, I'm pretty sure that has to do with the stock market, but it's the same. It's still relevant to what we're doing. The lower you could get your item and the higher you could sell it for, the difference in that is all yours.
Yeah.
So you want that difference. You want to get the lowest you can and then the highest you can, you know? So yeah, sure. That saying has to do with stocks. Still relevant to the resellers. That's right.
Or all business in general. It's just a wonderful principle. It doesn't just have to do with stocks.
I'm pretty sure that's where it came from, right? I think.
Yeah. Probably.
Now you have me second guessing myself. Now I'm like, oh no.
So guys, we got a couple more minutes. If you have your questions, throw them in the chat and we will definitely address those for you.
See, people are laughing at my rent a senior.
It's a new business.
I know. It should be. I'm maybe they're on Craigslist. Like,
oh, Maddie J, you missed all the good tips. We had great Poshmark tips tonight. You're gonna have to catch it on the replay.
Yes. And some of these things you guys might have already been doing, or you might have never thought to do it. Like, some people don't even think about asking for an email list or a text list. I get text messages from, I believe, 7 different Plato's Closets in our general area. You know, I get them from like 3 different counties because they're all individually owned. So it's not like every Plato's Closet, except for the 90% off sale. I think they kind of all do that every quarter or whatever. But when they have random sales, it's not like every Plato's Closet is having a random sale. It's like they're all different. So it's like my phone like blows up some days and I'm like, ooh, little consignment stores here. I'm here. And I'm like, text message is such a powerful tool for these companies.
We have, Robin, we got a Salvation Army near us. It's not the best. They don't always have the best clothing.
I like it.
But on Wednesdays, they are 50% off. I don't know what it is in your area, but in our area, Wednesdays are 50% off days on Salvation Army. And we will go there once in a while and pick up some good stuff.
Whereas Wednesdays is that 50% off for Seniors Day at that other thrift store that we usually go to. They will not give a discount to anyone who's not a senior. So we'll just go to the Salvation Army on the Wednesday.
Penthouse and Pavement. What do you mean by that question? Tax time. What is the number between hobby and business? If you're asking what you need to declare, if you made $1, you need to declare that dollar. You need to declare every bit of money you made, whether you're a business full-time or if you're a hobby seller or if you are part-time. Whatever you are, you got to declare your income. And we're not CPAs, so we can't give official advice, but I know that one for sure.
I can give you personal advice on the matter. Is if you consider yourself still trying to be a hobby and you think you're like not going to file taxes on it, the best thing to do is just go get your business license and sell the way you're selling. You might not be like making all this crazy money. Just go be doing business as, and then you don't have to worry about one day all of a sudden like getting audited or found out and like having to owe so much money because you're like, no, I swear it was just a hobby, but you have like inventory management and spreadsheets galore. Yeah, that's a hobby. Stop trying to skirt it. You either do or you don't. And if you're in for the haul and you're trying to build a business, well, build a business, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like do it right. The first time I ever took any kind of counsel from a CPA, I was like, I had to register a business. Like I had no idea. I had no idea what I was doing. I was just selling.
Yeah, do your due diligence and talk to a CPA.
Talk to a CPA.
So Elisa says, when I pair items to sell together, they don't seem to sell as well. Jay, I know you bundle ties and shirts. Any hints to doing this type of selling well? Well, actually, a couple of mine have sold. Not all of them have sold. I just have, I think, about maybe 5 or 6 tie and shirt combos in my closet. I was going to see how they went, and I think that I sold 3 out of 5 in my closet. And the tips of that are just make sure your pictures are really good, style them well. If whatever your combo you're doing, style them together very well
so they could see,
have them pop, and then target follow people who like both items separately and together. You can do. And
now if they're the same item, like right now I have a pair of
if they're
of Hollister skinny jeans. They're both a skinny jean. One's an ankle, one's with very similar, same size, same like measurements, everything. If they're the exact same item, you could also put in the description available for individual sale. Just message me, if you're willing to break it up. If it's more of an outfit and not like 2 individual things, you definitely want to showcase how well they go together.
Yeah.
Like an outfit. And then I would do the same thing. And anything I have ever made a listing for that has multiples, I always put in the description, willing to negotiate individual sale. Like, let's work this out, because sometimes someone just wants the shirt and they don't want the pants or whatever the case is. Maybe they would not want 2 pairs of skinny jeans in the same size, different cuts and fat, that happens, but you have to.
I would suggest if the best tips too for that is I would suggest not bundling 2 of the same items together as much and really trying to create a full outfit because that's going to sell. For men anyway, it's going to sell. I don't know how women shop the same way as men, but I know when I go to a store and I see a shirt and tie combo that looks great together, I'm going to buy that because it looks really good. It's really stylish and it saves me time. I don't have to go find a tie to pair to a shirt. So make an outfit, make sure it's complete, make sure that it flows together well, make sure that it all goes together, and then take the pictures and post it.
So Maddie J, you're welcome. I'm ecstatic for you. She says, I have to give a huge shout out to you guys. I started Poshing in November, binge watched all of your videos. Update, I'm at 660 active listings and just hit $7,000 in sales on Poshmark. Thank you so much. You're welcome. That's amazing. That's why we do what we do. I also took a screenshot of that comment. I hope you don't mind. Let me know if you do. I'm going to put that on Instagram. I will block out your name, but I'm happy for you. This is awesome. This is why we talk about this stuff.
Yeah.
This is why we go live. This is why we make videos. Maybe not all of them are relevant to your individual needs, but if we have the information, we share it with you. I know some people are like, if you teach everyone to do what you're doing, you're going to lose money. I do not believe that.
No,
I do not believe that. I believe there's enough out there for everybody to get their piece of the action because it all depends on the work. And obviously, girl, you have hustled. If you have 660 active listings in the past, like, not even half a year. That's not even half. I'm trying to do the math. I mean, like, let's say half a year. Like, that's amazing. That's great. More power to you.
That's awesome. So Penthouse and Pavement, no, we're not an LLC. Right now we're a DBA. We're actually thinking of switching probably over to an S Corp because you get better tax benefits for deductions through an S Corp if you're in a business.
But we're at the point where we need to separate personal asset from business asset. We've been at that point. We've just gotten kind of sidetracked by a very small individual.
So we're as soon as we're done filing taxes, we're going to be moving towards either an LLC or an S Corp. I'm going to do a little research into both of them.
And we are going to talk to our tax professional. Yes, I file my own taxes, but I do have somebody's ear that helps. And we're going to get to a point where I just say, here, I'm not doing it next year. Nope. But yeah, the sole proprietor, you know, should somebody for some reason sue my business, they're suing my personal assets as well. And I'm not sure someone buying clothing has like a way to sue me, but you never freaking know. You never know. Right. So I really just want to separate the separation of personal from business. So we will get on the goals 2019.
And I saw one other question really from Sonia Espinal. What is the payment formula to offer free shipping? Now I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. Like, do you mean is there a certain disc or you know?
So I think I know what you're talking about. Some people, even some popular YouTubers, price in a fashion where they purposely price. So when they give an offer to likers, they give 20% and free shipping and make what they want to make. They actually do reverse math. If that's not what you're talking about, let me know. Or whatever percentage they choose. It's always the same thing they send people, and people see free shipping and they jump on it.
So I guess if you were going to do it that way, then you're going to take the price that you want to charge it. You
need to know the
find 20% of that.
Get from that.
Yes, you want to find whatever you want to take your discount at, and then multiply that by 20%,
like
and then add the shipping. Yeah.
Because Poshmark takes their fees before the shipping discount. So they get their 20% off the bigger price, obviously. So, you know, when they take their 20% and then you get the shipping discount, that's why it seems to be like such a huge difference between the number that you see in front of you and you're typing and when it says your earnings, and you're like, oh, my earnings would be so little if I paid free
guys,
shipping.
Poshfest 2019 is at our house this year. We pulled some strings.
Yeah, you know, I called a few people.
I'm kidding. I don't think they put
the flamingo.
Did they? They haven't put that out yet. They usually announce that around June. May.
No, it's about now when they're having it.
Last year they did it at the end of May, beginning of June.
Tickets are different. Announcing it and tickets. They will let us.
But they haven't announced it yet. So
they'll say where it is. Like they announced Texas around this time, and then they had to go to Texas. It was all this Snapchat and Instagram stuff. And like going to Texas to find a venue. They're very like social media, Poshmark, obviously, you know. So it was like a whole to do of going to Texas. Let's find the venue. But they announce what city they've decided on somewhat early.
Yeah. Canada and Mexico are still in the works. I think Canada's open. I think Jody. Poshmark Canadian up there, I believe, is obviously Canadian.
Well,
Jody
we know somebody that we are working closely with who actually lives in Mexico, like right in the.
It's not there yet, though. She ships hers. She goes over the American stateside to ship her packages. Yep. So it's not in Mexico yet. Pretty sure it's in Canada, though.
But I'm sure there might be quite a few Canadians that may have been doing the same thing if they're close to and or on the border. Hey, just have like a P.O. box stateside and Poshmark all you want. Like I would do that if I was in Canada or Mexico and I was like that close to the border. Heck yeah, I would have a USA mailing address.
But if they're not open in Canada, they're going to be open in Canada soon. And Canada will be the first market to open. Mexico's coming later. Canada will be the first one.
I was right about Sonia's question.
Yeah. Okay.
Yay!
All right, guys, that's going to do it for us tonight. If you guys have enjoyed this content, hit that thumbs up button, give us a like. Definitely subscribe to our channel if you're new here, and click that first link in the description. Get on the email list. We'll send you that free 6-part Poshmark workshop showing you how we run a full-time business right out of our home, and you get that for free just for joining the email list. Those videos are not available on YouTube, and they are a great resource for anyone who wants to get serious about Poshmark. So definitely consider checking that out. Click the first link in the description. You guys are all awesome, and we will see
Always.
you on Friday
Yep.
next week. You guys have a great night and a great weekend, and we'll see you later.
Bye, guys.